stood in solidarity with fellow Spartans at a candlelight vigil organized by WSA and the Division of Student Affairs the day after the tragedy, all geared in green and white. We also had solidarity banners for MSU at the Dining Center, Bernhardt Center, Recreation Center, and Library for students to sign and share their love to the Spartan community. Students didn't just show up, they called for action. As the student government, WSA organized a town hall with the Department of Public Safety, where more than 50 students voiced their concern, learned what run, hide, fight means, and more importantly, what they can do as students. Some student organizations even work with the public safety team to have self-defense classes and emergency preparedness workshops. As we move forward, WSA is at the forefront to work with our public safety to find potential solutions to help improve our level of preparedness. I commend public safety's willingness to accept students' feedback and collaborate with students throughout this entire process. WSA has also been working with our Turkish students to raise awareness of the Turkish-Syrian earthquake that cost more than 57,000 lives, which provided numerous fundraising opportunities. Thankfully, none of our Turkish students are impacted directly by this tragedy, but we have committed as student leaders to provide whatever support that we can for them. These tragedies that occurred within the first 2 weeks of February have massively impacted students. Thus, WSA, along with Campus Activists Board and many other supporters and collaborators, had the opportunity to organize Mental Health Week and address not only the tragedies, but also the constant stresses that students face daily. We had 18 programs and events throughout the week, ranging from emotional eating workshops, free yoga, to hosting a mental health comedian. One of our new initiatives was a mental health fair, where students were able to collect tons of free stuff. Everyone loves free stuff, including stress balls, t-shirts, coloring papers, cookies, tea, and everyone's favorite stuffed animals. While we did have to reschedule and adjust some of our programs due to the ice storm, we were able to have positive impact on students, and we're very proud of our team for their planning and execution of Mental Health Week. We are confident that efforts like this achieve our goals of ensuring our students' well-being is cared for holistically and destigmatizing the important topic of mental health that become more and more relevant each year. On another note, this month is Climate Emergency Month, where the Climate Change Working Group organized more than 30 events that address climate change. This is the first of its kind and has had a significant impact as our students are increasingly concerned about the climate change. Next week kicks off WSA's Green Week in conjunction with Climate Emergency Month, where we will host the Student Sustainability Summit and coordinate the Bronco Challenge for a sustainable impact. WSA also recently went to Central Michigan University, go Broncos, for the United Student Governments Conference with the 14 other public Michigan University student governments. Our delegation of 10 student leaders had a fruitful discussions and learned so much about initiatives and operations of other universities. Some of the key highlights were government structures and operation, campus safety, student mental health, and shared governance were talked about. The Student Body President Council also came together to discuss transitions for our successors and facilitate better communications moving forward. Next week, we are looking forward to sending 6 delegates to the Conference of Student Government Associations at Texas A&M. We are looking forward to the learnings and takeaways from this great opportunity and thank both of the universities who have hosted these events. As we come closer to the end of the academic year, WSA had turned much of its attention to looking towards the future of WSA. We recently held the student body election with a voter turnout of 5%, which was the highest since 2015 and 43% higher as compared to last year. We acknowledge that we still have a lot more to do to reach and serve our students, but are proud of the progress and growth we saw this year. We are also proud of holding an election season without demerits of election code violation between the long-led Nelson, Kasperzak, and Byrd Bringas power slates. In other words, we had a pretty clean and fair election. No drama, just to make sure. WSA is thankful for the commitment of these 6 students to running campaigns focused on the good of the student body and for their dedication to serving students each day. I would like to acknowledge the hard work by the Election Promotions Committee led by Nicholas Johnson and announce Kayla Byrd as the next student body president, who is joining us virtually today. I'm confident that she has the ability to lead the student body and WSA to greater heights. WSA has grown a lot in the past year. We currently have 282 members, nearly quadrupled last year's numbers. Our assembly has served as a forum for students to not only have their voices heard, but also a platform for students to collaborate. We have been learning a lot as an organization and leadership and this institution, and are excited to see where this path of growth and development leads. I would also like to thank Chair Edgerton and Dr. Schumann for taking their time to our assembly meeting last week to speak to our students about the Board of Trustees' role and what fiduciary leadership means. They have provided a lot of insights for student leaders to better understand how our university functions. As this is the last time I address the board as student body president, I will still address the board next April meeting. I would like to say thank you to everyone that has been part of this journey. I'm incredibly excited for our team's final joint cabinet meeting with President Montgomery's cabinet tomorrow and the celebration of the year that will take place at the meeting. It's amazing to think about everything that has happened over the last year and is coming to a close. Thank you, and always onwards for the brown and gold. And I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, President Chenke. Any questions? No? Thank you both very much for the report and travel. And I will tell you, Dr. Schumann and I did attend the WSA. That's a tough crowd. It is not just all pizza and party. No, it was a real organized. It was just really wonderful to see organization and thoughtful consideration and all the work that they do. So, they discussed their elections. I mean, it was impressive. So congratulations on work well done. Right now, I'd like to turn the microphone back over to Dr. Montgomery and to bring our special guest and recognize Ms. Destiny Powers. That's all.
As I said earlier, Detroit is one of the main hubs of Broncos, and we're really proud of that connectivity in terms of our alums and current students. And wanted to take some time today to highlight just one of those bright lights that comes from Detroit, and that's Destiny Powers. She's a graduate of Renaissance High School and currently a fourth-year senior majoring in university studies with a concentration in health, holistic health, and biochemistry. Her future plans are to pursue a career as a physician's assistant and work at Children's Hospital here in Detroit. She currently works at Arcadia Elementary School in Kalamazoo as an after-school program coach, and lends her experience as a college student and young adult to mentoring other youth. When she's not in class or working, she's involved in campus life. She's the president and founder of Princess in Christ, known as PIC, and she's also a member of the InterVarsity Collegiate Black Christian, known as on campus as CBC. Please join me in welcoming Destiny to the floor.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, this is me.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. Destiny.
I was looking at this and I'm.
Yeah, no, Destiny. Yeah, thank you for asking. Yes. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to speak and share my experience. Thank you, President Montgomery, for the introduction. So I'll begin. When I think about Western, I think about the chance that was taken on me. Coming from a Detroit public school, I always knew college would be accessible to me, but it was not nearly as easy as I expected it to be. I found myself getting waitlisted or even denied from some colleges. When it was time to apply to Western, I was already extremely sad and discouraged from the rejection of other colleges. I still had just enough faith to apply, so I did. With great rejoice, I had been accepted. I finally felt like I actually had a chance at a better life and a higher education. I felt seen by a college. The very first time I had come to visit Western's campus, I completely fell in love. I honestly felt like this was the perfect campus for me. Not only did I fall in love, but so did my mother. She absolutely admired the resources and accommodations that Western made for their students. Speaking of my mother, she pushed me to thrive past common expectations because she was fighting for me before I learned to fight for myself. The way that she did this was by staying true to not only herself, but also to her beliefs. even when others were against it. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like all odds were against you? Well, that's my story. My mother and my father always expressed to me the importance of education. My family also had a major part in that as well, because it takes a village to raise a child. As a young child, my parents and godparents enrolled me to a private Christian school called Cornerstone Schools Association on the east side of Detroit. I attended there from kindergarten until 8th grade. While I was there, I learned the importance of discipline, and as a student, the importance of being a well-rounded individual. After leaving Cornerstone, I attended Renaissance High School on the west side of Detroit. The transition from private school to public school was a bit rough. I was not used to the new sense of freedom, and I did not have the discipline and structure that I once had while in private school. Because of this, my grades suffered and my focus shifted. In my senior year of high school, I learned to realign my focus and regain the discipline that I had once, but this time better. This newfound discipline became one of the keys to success that I have now in college. When I stepped foot on Western's campus as a freshman in 2019, my main goal was to graduate college successfully with a nursing degree. My bigger goal was to make a positive impact on my campus. Fast forward 4 years later, that is exactly what I am doing. My freshman year began on a rocky start with a new curriculum, living in the dorms for the first time, finding a new community, and finding an RSO that fits me. This was hard because I did not have my friends or family to walk this new path with me, as I did up until this point. Leaving freshman year, my goal changed from wanting to be a nurse to aspiring to become a physician assistant. I had new friends and I found an RSO called Project Big Sister, which focused on mentoring women through college. Then all of this fun stopped at a screeching halt with COVID-19. I know we can all agree that March of 2020 was a very scary and difficult time. The transition from in-class to online was a monumental adjustment, not only for myself, but I'm sure for you all as well. My sophomore and junior years were filled with adjusting to adulthood, learning how to work for me as a student, and balancing clinical hours with my schoolwork. It was a very trying time, but I overcame every obstacle that I encountered. I am currently in my senior year, and because of the challenges that I have faced in prior years, I feel more prepared for the obstacles that life has for me in the future because of Western. Summer of 2022, I turned my vision into a reality. During my sophomore year of college, God gave me a vision about starting this organization on Western's campus, not only to impact myself, but to impact the women that were around me, which is now called Princesses in Christ, or PIC. The main goal and purpose of this organization is to bring women together to walk boldly into their God-given purposes while building genuine friendships. This is PIC's first year on campus, and we have already made a beautiful impact on the women that are involved. We participate in community service at one of Kalamazoo's local food pantries every third Saturday of every month. We have Bible studies every Wednesday in the Bernhardt Center at 7 p.m. I just have to say this. I'm gonna be really sad when we move over to the Student Center. So many memories there. I just had to say that. And we currently are planning for our first women's brunch on April 22nd in the Bernhardt Center as well. Western has provided me with ample resources to thrive in every aspect of my life, from academics to being an active student on campus and to being an active student on and off of campus. After graduation, I plan to keep PIC alive on Western's campus to reach as many women on campus as possible. I truly believe that this organization will be a legacy. My major is university studies with a concentration in health, holistic health, and biochemistry. What I plan to do with my degree after college is to become a physician assistant to work at the DMC Children's Hospital right here in Detroit. I chose this path because I have always had a passion to help others be the best versions of themselves. I feel the best way to achieve that is medically. The main goal is to help children and families feel seen and heard by their medical provider. My plan is to attend PA school in the fall of 2024. Now that you know a little bit more about me, you can see how wonderful Detroit and Western have worked together in making a motivated and diligent young woman. College was never promised to be easy, but Western Michigan University ensured that it was achievable. There are so many impactful and memorable things that I can say about my experience at Western, but to say the least, these were the best 4 years of my life. Western has taught me the true definition of consistency, dedication, and hard work. I want to thank my family and friends for their continued support, and I especially want to thank Western for taking a chance on me. Thank you.
Like to thank Dr. Montgomery and Destiny. What a wonderful story. And thank you for letting Western be a part of your journey. Fantastic. So I would certainly appreciate your time and being here today with family and friends. Trustee Penny?
So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. I want to commend you for the courage of starting that organization on campus. But I also want to acknowledge Mom. Is Mom here? So Mom, stand up. Let's give Mom a hand. So Destiny, it seems like you're truly living out your name. You're living out your destiny, right? I'm gonna be sad when the Bernhardt Center leaves as well. I've talked to Diane about that on numerous occasions. But the new facility is gonna be really nice, so I'm okay with that. But here's the deal. How about I get you a brick from the Bernhardt Center when it goes down for a keepsake? Taylor's gonna make that happen for you because he makes everything happen. Right. So yeah, we'll make that commitment to you. But no, I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. And you'll truly be blessed. And you just gave me chills sharing your story. And I really appreciate you and commend you for, being focused. So thank you so much.
Schuman, are there any public comments?
We don't have any indicated interest in public comment.
Okay, we will move on to action items. Chair Penn, I will give this off to you for recognition of the basketball team.
Okay, so this is like really exciting for me. So first of all, we're in March Madness, right? Everybody's talking about brackets. Well, I came on this campus in 1995. So the 97, 98 years were really good for me. Two of the captains on the basketball team, I actually knew. So one of them now is assistant coach at the University of Michigan, Mr. Sadi Washington. And then the other one, Rashad Johnson, is married to one of my best friends. Both of them met their wives on this campus. And Rashad's wife pledged Delta Sigma Theta on this campus. So this is all full circle for me. So I felt it was it would be really good to put this down in the books to recognize that team and the two captains. So this resolution is celebrating the men's basketball 25th anniversary in 1998, the MAC championship team. So I'm gonna read just the first paragraph and then the last paragraph. And if you want to see it, you can find it online, I guess. I've done this a lot in politics, reading the whole resolution. You kind of like don't want to hear all of that stuff anyway. But I just want to say that whereas Western Michigan University celebrates the 25-year anniversary of the 1997 and 1998 Broncos men's basketball team, which won a shared of the Mid-American Conference regular season title and reached the 1998 NCAA tournament, boasting one of the most successful campaigns in the school history. And I'll go to another one. Whereas Western Michigan University's regular season success earned the program its second ever bid to the NCAA tournament. WMU earned the 11th seed in the Midwest region, and behind 32 points effort from the guard, Rashad Johnson, and 24 points from Washington, the Broncos scored a first round upset over the 6th seed Clemson. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it was 75-72. And let it be resolved that Western Michigan University's Board of Trustees unifies in celebrating the legacy of achievement accomplished by the 1997-1998 Broncos men's basketball team. So I would just like to congratulate them on what they did then under Coach Donnelly, and go Broncos. So today, I would like to make a motion that we adopt the resolution celebrating the men's basketball 25-year anniversary, 1998 MAC championship team.
Second.
This is.
It is. Chair Edgerton,
Yes.
Vice Chair Penn.
Yeah.
Trustee Burris. Trustee Chen Zhang. Trustee Holdley.
Yeah.
We have Trustee Trevan joining us virtually. Trustee Trevan?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Trustee Turfy
Yes.
and Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, resolution passes.
Purchase of College of Aviation.
Here. Present. Great, thank you. First, I just want to take this opportunity to be the recruiter in chief that the provost should be and say to Destiny that we have a physician's assistant program at Western Michigan University. So maybe that's your destiny. Yeah. Second, I just want to thank the Detroiters for hosting us here just very quickly. I was a big Bad Boys fan, and so I may or may not be wearing my Detroit Pistons Bad Boys shirt under the suit. But the thing that we are doing today is talking about the purchase of aircraft for our College of Aviation. And let me just say, our College of Aviation is one of our top ranked colleges. In fact, it's typically ranked among the top 3 nationally among colleges of aviation. It's the only aviation college in Michigan, and not incidentally, has had the largest increase in enrollment of all of our colleges over the last 10 years or so. So pretty exciting stuff happening in the College of Education. And one of the things that I like to do when I get on an airplane is when I walk by the pilots, ask if there's any Broncos up front. You should try it because often there will be a yes. So I want to introduce to you, and I think we have him via satellite feed. Is that correct? Dr. Dean Ray Thompson, who is our Dean of the College of Aviation, and he will talk a little bit more about the detail of this proposed aircraft purchase for our College of Aviation.
Well, thank you, Provost Vasquez-Hiley. Good day, Chair Edgerton, President Montgomery, and Board of Trustee members. The College of Aviation appreciates the opportunity to discuss the fleet acquisition with you. The aircraft that we currently use as our primary trainer were purchased in 2005 and 2006. And while aircraft properly cared for last many years, the technology that was cutting edge at the time is now less so, not as reliable as it used to be. And we're really at the point now of needing a new primary single engine training fleet. And that's what leads us to our recommended action today. I'm happy to answer any questions that the board may have.
Board have any questions? Yep, Trustee Burris.
Of course, I have questions. Thank you very much, Dr. Thompson. For the record, I 110% support the acquisition of new aircraft, especially with an aging fleet and aging technology. My general couple of questions, the new aircraft are Cirrus, is that right? The SR-22?
So we have gotten 2 bids, one from Piper Aircraft and one from Cirrus. Our preference is the Cirrus aircraft. It's an SR-20. They don't have an exact name for it because the current model being produced, the G6, will have ended its production run, and we will be getting the next aircraft that's the successor. It's very similar in size and capabilities. For us, the really significant change will be the instrumentation and avionics that is in it. It's going from a Avidyne to a Garmin-based product. Avidyne was the leading edge in 2005, but Garmin is now the standard really in the industry, and it will prepare our students to move directly into that right seat as they meet their hour requirements.
Is it the Garmin 1000 or a newer version?
It is I don't have the exact model number, and I'm partially under an NDA about what I can say about that since Cirrus hasn't fully announced it. It is past the Garmin 1000. It's similar to what's in the Vision Jet. And so a little more sophisticated than the 1000.
And then the Piper aircraft, which model would that be?
That was a G1000 and it was a Piper.
Oh, the
Archer.
actual aircraft. Is it an Archer?
It was an
Arrow?
Archer, yes.
Archer, okay. Very good, thank you. Yeah, this
You're
is very exciting, and I also want to point out for those who don't follow the aircraft industry right now is still at quite a peak in terms of the availability of aircraft for sale. The used aircraft market is very, very competitive. And I see here in the proposal that there's a sale of our existing aircraft for a significant amount of money. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. We might be just slightly past peak, but you know, my input would be, let's do this sooner rather than later while the market's hot to sell these used aircraft. And I look forward to seeing the new aircraft out on the ramp. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we're certainly excited about that. And you're correct. The used market is still warm, probably is slightly past its peak, but we will likely receive the new aircraft in 2 batches. And as we receive the first half, we would sell half the current fleet. And then upon receipt of the final delivery, sell the remaining 14 aircraft that we have. Would the board like me to read the recommended action?
Yes. Can you read the action item, please?
All right, thank you. The recommended action pursuant to the retained powers of the board regarding the control and direction of all expenditures from the institution's funds, it is recommended the board approve the purchase of the new fleet from the investment proceeds of the WMU Foundation's fixed income investment and enter into a loan agreement with the WMU Foundation. It is also recommended the board authorize the president, treasurer, or assistant treasurer, the authorized officers, to finalize and to negotiate and execute any agreements or documents, the new fleet documents, and to take such other actions necessary or convenient to effectuate and complete the transactions completed herein, and with such modifications as they or any one of them may approve as reasonable or necessary, and that said new fleet documents shall be reviewed by and be acceptable to general counsel prior to execution.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Roll call vote. Yep, for this. Oh, motion, sorry. Okay. Second?
Okay, roll call vote. Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Penn. Trustee Burris.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang. Trustee Holdley.
Yeah.
Trustee Trevan.
Yes.
Trustee Turfy. Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, action item passes.
Thank you all. Thank you all for the work put into this. I think it's going to be a true benefit to Western's aviation program. Next on the agenda, item 11 are consent items. These are a number of curriculum proposal fixes, changes, additions, deletions. Our personal report, a one-day liquor license application for the International Congress on Medieval Studies for the Dining Center, annuity life income performance report, and our operating cash investment performance report. Does anyone like to remove any of these from the consent? Anyway? No? I entertain a motion to accept the consent items.
Roll call vote. Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Penn. Trustee Burris.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang. Trustee Holdley.
Yeah.
Trustee Trevan.
Yes.
Trustee Turfy.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, consent items pass.
Okay. Do we have any other comments or any public?
We do not.
Great. Entertain a motion to adjourn. So move. All those in favor say aye. Okay. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you all for the attendance too. Yes, ma'am. Oh, wow.
Can we have him say something? He's just talk about.
Sir, right there at the minute. Let's talk about your work. Since we mentioned your name. Yes.
I like that walk. You just walk smooth.
Oh, that's just how I walk. Well, still morning to all of you. As mentioned, my name is Jawan Howard. I'm a proud alumni of Western Michigan University. I'm a 2020 graduate, and I'm the founder of Umoja Debate Team. So I was reflecting upon my graduation. Law school was on my radar, but I just wasn't doing it virtually. In the 2020, the pandemic, everything was virtual. And so I had the idea of starting a youth debate team to teach children about conflict resolution, articulation of their thoughts and ideas, confidence when it comes to public speaking. All these different ingredients that kind of help mold me to who I am. I want to give that back to Detroit youth. And that is the foundation and origin of Umoja Debate Team. We're currently inside of 4 DPSCD middle schools, have about 55 kids inside of our program. It's been pretty successful up to this point. In a nutshell, I mean, that's what I am and who I do. Yes. So 11 through 14, so grades 6 through 8 is who we really hone in on. We're working on getting into the high schools, but we're still in the process of figuring out that curriculum and things like that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it still. Like I said, I mean, it was passion driven initially. I was wanting to help out my community through law school, but I think I found other ways to do that through my nonprofit. Criminal justice, my minor in philosophy.
So both my boys went through the debate, whatever the camp, and I remember the first task is you train literally for 3 days or maybe a week that you be able to speak for 10 minutes without one garbage word.
Yeah.
And that was really hard.
Yeah.
So I quote it to you because I think it's extremely important for the youth in today's world to be able to versus just say, put a big hats on people, say you're not allowed to say this, to debate it, because that's when you understand the differences and you know how to convince other people to be on the same line. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Articulation is something that I've seen grow within the group that we have, because it's middle school, right? Most middle schools have never debated or spoke in front of people in a public setting. So what we've done through our curriculum is bring that out of them, like you said, like really sharpen their vocabulary in a sense where they can express themselves and exactly what they're feeling and convince you the same as well. So absolutely. Rocket Mortgage, right? Yep. Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. Will do. All right. Thank you.